Hillsborough County Animal Control. These professionals face down danger daily and dedicate their lives to protecting both animals and the people of Hillsborough County, Florida. They face the unexpected, the heartbreaking, and the downright bizarre. But no matter the challenge, they're always ready to answer the call. This is Animal Control Unleashed.
Hi, my name is Buddy Butler. I'm a field operations supervisor for Hillsborough County Animal Control. If you go to another county, you're probably not going to see it done in the way Hillsborough County does it. If you go to another state, you're probably not going to see what Hillsborough County does. Hillsborough County, they're elite. They go above and beyond. Okay, they work hand in hand with the state. They work hand in hand with the county, and they enforce the laws regarding related to animal cruelty and neglect. And that's what sets them different from everybody else. Yes, you have laws out there, but they actually have a program down here that they actually can enforce those laws, and they do enforce those laws. And that's probably why I've been here with Hillsborough County for that long. I had a boss probably about 15 years ago, and he used to say something to me that stuck with me throughout my entire career here. We are voices for animals, and we speak very loudly. That's what my legacy wants to be, what my legacy is. I want these guys to continue that message. We are voices for our animals, and we speak very loudly.
While the interview is being conducted, an officer requests Sergeant Butler's assistance to execute a search warrant.
What do we got going on?
So I was wondering if you,
Yes, we're almost done.
I was gonna help Karen set up kennels in backstage.
How many dogs are we talking about?
So they said they know of 13.
Okay, where's this at?
Ruskin?
All right. Yeah, ask your question, we gotta go. Yep.
Sergeant Butler jumps into action on his way to the search warrant.
All right, so what I have right now is we're headed to a call where we're drafting a search warrant. Apparently there's 13 dogs that are in deplorable living conditions out there in Ruskin. So we have investigators that are on scene, and we got other investigators that are route to it, and we're headed down there to assess the situation and see what we can do to help this out. But apparently there's 13 dogs that are in bad conditions. Conditions they're overwhelming. The smell, you can smell it from the road. It's pretty bad is what is being described to me. Well, it started out as a rescue because there's our complainant is related to the animal owner, and they asked them to go into the house and feed the animals because they've been hospitalized. But when he got down there to the property, the conditions were so bad he wasn't able to go in there to take care of the animals, so he reported it to us. So when we got on scene, we seen the conditions, so now we need to draft a search warrant to go ahead and get those animals out of there.
Meanwhile, night shift supervisor Sergeant Lanigan starts her shift as the calls are transferred from dispatch to her cell phone.
When I first started this, and I was a technician before, and then when I switched over to this, I had no idea how much it was of educating people. That, yeah, you're dealing with dogs and cats and kittens all day, and that's not at all what it is. It's a lot of educating people of like, this is the law, this is the ordinances, this is what we have to follow. I know, 10, 20 years ago, things were different. Things have evolved, as they always will this time. Our huge part is educating people and giving you, hey, you need to do this, this, and this to be in compliance. And after that, we're not gonna have an issue, Like if someone calls, they can be like, oh, everything is fine. I don't want people to have to surrender their animals. I don't want that. I want you to be able to keep them, especially if you love them. But there's some requirements here that we can't just look over. It's very, very new. Obviously, we're still talking with HCSO and TPD so that way they know that if they get a call, they can call us and we will respond. So we're heading now to a dog that was at large that killed the neighbor's cat. We just got off the phone with the complainant who said that the owner came for the dog. The dog is obviously the bite dog is now confined, which is upside. He knows where the dog lives. So he's going to tell us when we get there, as well as where the deceased body of the cat is, so we can go ahead and document that and do a bite report and everything. Well, we want to make sure that this dog's second, third, fourth time getting out, that's when it starts to become an issue as far as like a dangerous dog. Looking at that of like if an animal more than once is off of the owner's property and kills an animal or causes severe injury. So we obviously just want to make sure, and obviously big thing, public safety. Your dog needs to be confined in your own yard. Can't be running around killing people, killing cats. Hey, Sergeant Landon, go to Animal Control. You know it's recording. Yeah.
You want to see where the cat is?
Yeah. Was it one of your cats?
Yes.
We were told it was around. That was around here.
It said it's in my backyard.
Is he in your backyard?
I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Okay. Where's that guy? Let's see.
See, he's right there.
Where?
Right there.
I don't see him.
Behind the table.
Okay.
Oh, you see him?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh. That's the old cat. He was sick.
Oh, really?
He was really sick.
But that was the cat you saw.
Yeah, that was the cat. Like, I thought the dog was playing with him for a second. And then I rushed back here because I started hearing the dog growl. So I took the dog off and shushed him away.
It's a white dog?
The white dog, yeah.
Okay.
The neighbor that's right over there.
It got loose last week.
I was trying to corner him in, and then he ran back here. So then when I ran back this way, because I didn't want to cut through your backyard, when I got here, that's when I saw him galloping over the cat.
I wonder if he killed another cat here. Oh no.
I mean, if you have more than one cat, obviously I'd check. I don't know if he'll come out right now with the dog. If he got chased by that other cat, I don't know if he'll come right now. It depends on like whenever your feeding time schedule is.
Hold on.
I didn't see anybody run out. That's.
You don't see it.
I don't see anything. So they let us into their backyard. We took some photos. There's no punctures. So it's difficult to tell, but our witness did say that the cat was in the dog's mouth. So still a violation regardless. Obviously the dog being at large and, whether, attacking this cat, which resulted into his death ultimately. Not like it's going to go unnoticed.
Neighbors looking at
Yeah, and like I said, it's not going to go unnoticed. We're still going to do a report and everything like that. And then so I'll head over there and talk to them and say, hey, you're looking at, a $520 fine on top of the dog being at large versus another $170 if we choose to do nothing.
So if they kill a cat, there's a charge?
Yeah, so in Hillsborough County, if your dog gets out, bites a person, or kills another domestic animal off of the owner's property, or chases or endangers another person, it is a $520 civil fine. So we posted a warning notice. We told them to get back with me by tomorrow so we can talk, so I can explain why we were there. Obviously, it's written on the courtesy notice, but sometimes people don't understand the courtesy notice, or they don't want to be able to talk to them in person, get obviously identifying information of like who the dog is, see if they can send me a photo, send who they are in the event this does happen again. We have all of that. But we're kind of just in a waiting game right now of whether or not they'll call us back. If they don't call us back, unfortunately, we will have to close it because the complainant doesn't want any sort of enforcement. He wanted to remain anonymous. So in that case, it would just be closed with a warning notice and closed out. But so it depends. If he calls us back in 24 hours, we'll educate him. If not, it'll just be closed.
On the other side of the county, Sergeant Butler races to the search warrant.
On normal cases, on daytime, we would just go to the courthouse and we would find a judge on the bench to go ahead and sign the search warrant. But after hours and weekends and holidays, we actually get a roster from state attorney's office to say who's on duty for homicides, who's on duty for desk clerk, who's on duty for the judge, and they send us out once a week. It lets us know that if we have anything that happens over the nights and weekends, this is the state attorney that would call for the review of the search warrant. This is the judge that we call to get them to sign the search warrant.
As the search warrant is secured from the judge, the animal control team prepares to enter the house.
But right now we got the search warrant on its way out of here. It's already been signed by the judge, so it should be here within 10 to 15 minutes. What we're going to do is once they get here, Sheriff's Department's already been notified, so they're on their way as well. When they get here, they're going to read the warrant to the front door, okay, and then after that we will gain entry. The investigator, the lead investigator, will take a visual as far as cameras, photographs, documentation, okay, and at that point, once we get all that done, we'll start removing the animals one at a time. We're gonna bring them out to the truck, photograph them, and then put them in the kennels. And at the same time, we're doing the kennel records as well. So, and then we'll get all that done on scene, and then when we go back to the rear, then they're gonna be doing the medical, the vaccinations, and everything else like that.
Sheriff's office. Yeah, there's 4 loose ones running around.
Sergeant Lanigan with Animal Control.
Hey, it's 43 from Hillsborough. I have a call to give you in reference to an aggressive bulldog on the loose.
To get a call about an aggressive bulldog. So outside we do have a color of a black dog that's trapping an individual inside the food truck. So we'll head over there, see what's going on, see if we can get the dog.
Sergeant Lanigan must find a large black dog while in the dark. She meets up with one of her animal control officers already on the scene.
So we'll survey the area and then let them know that, like, hey, myself and somebody else came out here. We surveyed. I'll tell them where that we surveyed. So, like, you know, we surveyed down St. Paul, and you know, unfortunately, with it being like an industrial area, there's 1,000 places where it can hide.
There's like these construction people, but I tried to wave them down, but they don't look over at me. But there's like a black dog next to them, but it's all black.
Sergeant Lanigan locates the dog next to a construction crew, and now the hard work begins.
What do you think?
What you doing, big girl? What you doing? You're puppy.
You want to come here? We're asking, obviously when we pull up, if we're asking like, hey, is that your dog? They say no. It showed up. They said when they approached it, it started to growl at them. They were obviously hesitant, but they're like, it doesn't look in good condition. You wanna go home? You wanna go home? Come here. Nope. Okay. Baby girl.
What are you doing?
No.
Look at you.
No. Obviously, Sue Smith is a male, so I think that maybe might be a little bit fear for her. So to get her away from the street, I don't want to be near the street. She shouldn't be near the street, so we're trying to get her. But unfortunately, she was like, I don't want to go there with you. But she really did love cat food, so thankfully we were able to lure her just enough. We're able to leash her. Woohoo! All right. Okay. Where's she gonna sit? Where she got comfortable enough for me to be within reach of her, but not comfortable enough for me to leash her until we got that cat food involved, where she was like, okay. It's like, luckily when we dropped it, she freaked out, very minimal, where I think that it's more so scared her than anything, and then she was fine. Obviously we put the control pull on her just because I didn't want the risk of having the leash slip off of her head, because she also has very, very cropped ears. She has basically ears that are non-existent, so the leash could easily slip off of her head, and we'd have to go through that process all over again.
Good girl.
Baby girl. Upside, we're able to handle her and get her away from the busiest street in Hillsborough. So upside, she's gonna go to the Pet Resource Center. We'll scan her for a chip when she gets to the Pet Resource Center. I don't want to do it right now just because of the busy traffic. Most importantly is her safety, my safety. We'll probably pull off, we'll impound her, we'll bring her over to the shelter, see if she's got a chip, see if anyone owns her. If not, she'll be at Pet Resource Center for adoption.
Meanwhile, our animal control team begins their search warrant.
Hey, stop it.
One by one, the team begins to bring out the dogs.
It doesn't do well on the
Come on, babe.
Oh, little puppy.
It's okay.
Here's the second one, Sean. Hold on, I got two right here. No, there's two right here, two little ones.
Four of the dogs were run loose amongst a lot of debris in there, excessive fecal matter, and just a lot of clutter.
Come here, come here. It's okay. I know y'all have never been on a leash before. Oh my God, that is just ridiculous.
You got a picture yet?
Nope.
Any photograph?
The other one that's in the cage with him, I think is barely hanging on.
Okay.
I thought it was.
We might have to take that one too, that.
I thought it was dead.
The other dogs aren't going to pass.
Well, if he's not doing good, we got to take him to veg.
When a dog is found in critical condition inside the house, the team cannot wait. They prepare to send the dog straight to an emergency veterinarian across the county after approval via phone call.
Can we take him to veg?
Yes.
Yeah.
Time is of the essence, as the dog is barely breathing.
We found one dog in there that was barely alive. It's literally skin and bones. So what we did is we put him on the vehicle. He's being transported to the emergency clinic so he can get some medical attention.
They're all skinny.
This one's skinny as hell.
Hey, how many is this, Corey? 12 living, one dead. So 13. Good. We don't have any more living in there, right? She's doing a final sleep through.
It's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. You're doing good, honey. You're okay. Right now, they're just going to be taken to the shelter where we're going to start doing some medical assessments on it. And again, it's dependent on what they find on that medical assessment. It's dependent on what actually happens with the case. I know the investigation team's out here. They're going to look into it, and then we're going to see what we can do as far as, you know, if there's any criminal charges here or any civil charges that need to be brought against the owner for the conditions of what we found the animals in.
So someone called earlier about someone abandoning some little puppies at a church in Plant City. So the officer went and picked them up. She's saying that they're little. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna head over to the intake to help her unload. And we're gonna just take a peek at the puppies, make sure that they're good to stay for the night.
Babies! Hi, babies! What are you doing?
Make sure everyone's good, comfy, get some blankets, deworm them, and then get them ready for surgery tomorrow. We'll go through, we intake them when we can at night. So that's just kind of what we're doing now, just to make sure, especially because they're puppies, I want to have, you know, I'm a certified vet tech myself. So just to take a peek at them, make sure that they seem A-okay, and make sure that they're good enough, healthy enough to be, and if not, then if we don't think that they're going to be good, or they can't eat on their own, or we're worried about them, we can always have them sit at the emergency vet, so that way they can get monitored. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. It seems like that's some healthy puppies. So all dogs on intake get their intake vaccine, which is a distemper vaccine, as well as a Bordetella. Since they're puppies, they get dewormer. This is last Friday, so they can just get everything, and they can have surgery tomorrow, and then they hopefully get adopted tomorrow, because there is no holds on puppies. So there's no red bites, collars, or anything like that, or microchips, so that's why they get to go straight up for adoption. But this is just basic routine things that they do during the day that we're going to do at night. They all seem healthy, doesn't seem any sort of illness, injuries, or anything like that. And obviously they're puppies, so I'm going to check their teeth and everything like that. I love puppies in a shelter, but we also do not like puppies in a shelter because they can get sick so quickly. Because obviously with diseases, you have upper respiratory, you have parvo, you have distemper, you have anything that walks through here, because we have 300-400 dogs here, who some have been here for a while, some just came in today. So with puppies, their immune system is so just not there. It's not, it's not good. So obviously with time we'll strengthen it, but for puppies, it's just a danger zone for them to be in a shelter, because we don't want them to get sick, as cute as they are. When you're not handling them with gloves and everything, people like to touch, and it's fine. It's understandable. They're very cute, but we don't want them to get sick. So the faster we can get them out, so that way they're not sick and they can just go to their adopters, it's the way we want to do it.
We're just going to get belly rubs while we wait.
They will get adopted probably immediately. I imagine as soon as they hit the floor, when they can go home, which I don't know if they'll be able to, I don't know how it works out for them, but I don't think they'll go home tomorrow, just because obviously they'll have surgery tomorrow, so they can go home the next day. But the faster we can get them out, the easier and the better.
1, 2, 3.
Is that better?
The dogs are now in custody. What we're doing is we're taking them off the vehicle, we're going in and we're getting an initial weight. That's going to give us a foundation where they started at. Basically, we weighed the dogs to see what they weigh when they come in, and as they start working their way through Pet Resource Center, they'll start getting examined by medical. They'll start putting them on a feeding regimen. That will tell us how much weight they gain. That alone could prove that the owner was neglecting the animals because it wasn't providing the necessary sustenance. So that's what they're doing there right now. So we've got a lot of dogs that need grooming and everything. So tomorrow, when the vet staff gets in at Pet Resources, we'll start getting some volunteers in there to start grooming them and getting them ready, and getting these guys, to where they need to be at. Right now, we're just we're gonna get the initial weight. We're gonna feed and water them. We're gonna house them, and then this whole process will start tomorrow morning as far as getting building this case. As far as the cruelty and neglect, if there is cruelty and neglect. And the investigators got in there. They divided. We set up a team that was going to go in there and catch the animals. Had another team coming out that were actually bringing them out. We were tagging them. So for identification purposes, remember when I was telling you that everything has to be identified where it was located inside the home? All that's part of building the case. And one of the team members was actually on the computer doing the kennel records, making sure that we were able to identify all that. So as far as that, everybody works really smooth. So I was very impressed with them. Well, it's an emotional weight on everybody, as far as seeing these animals in this condition, but just that's what we're here for. We're here to make sure the animals are being cared for. I would look at this as this is a win situation. I have one that had to go to the emergency clinic, so just the feeling of knowing that these animals will not be there throughout the night, and they're going to be at Pet Resources. We're going to take care of these animals. That's what makes me feel better about it.
speaking of, it's TPD. Sergeant Lanigan with Animal Control. So, the sheriff's. It's the same dog from, I think, maybe a couple weeks ago. But
All night, throughout every call, Sergeant Lanigan has been balancing receiving calls from the public, the local police, and sheriff's departments, all while managing her officers in the field.
Obviously, I feel a huge responsibility, towards them, making sure that, that everyone is safe. Sometimes I will hang back just to make sure that they get back to their parking safe or something like that because, they're on my shift and I want to make sure that they are safe. And it's a huge responsibility on top of, responding out with them, making sure that they're safe and talking with the police and everything like that. Just making sure that they're safe. So it's a lot, obviously, but obviously at the end of the day, I'm just like, okay, as soon as I know that they've got their parking, I'll usually message them and they're like, all right, I'm just writing out a report. Sometimes I feel more comfortable leaving, or I'll have them text me when they're like, hey, I'm leaving. Just because I just want to make sure that they get off the end of their shift. And sometimes when I get home, I'm just like, okay, they're all good. They're all at home. They'll call me if they get called out. And they know that as well. If they get called out with something that is crazy, that I'll put my boots right back on and we'll handle it again.
When me and my team went inside the home, it did not look like he was alive at the moment. Luckily, one of the officers was able to get him to start moving around. Once we got him outside of the home and we were able to get, because it was at nighttime, once we were able to get him into a better light and see just how bad he was, one of my partner investigators, I kind of cut him loose. We cleared all the animals that were on his truck, switched them over to my vehicle, so he had an empty truck specifically for him. And I think it was about a 45-minute drive from the south end of the county over to the other side of the town for him. It was an ongoing issue with this individual animal owner. Myself as well as investigators in the past had reached out and tried to get her help. As an investigator, my primary job is obviously to help the animals, but I'm also here to help the people. Sometimes all you need to do is just ask for the help, and we have resources that we can do or provide to get them the help that they necessarily need before it gets to an enforcement situation where I have no other choice but to act. If just by asking for that help can get you what you need, that would make me a lot happier than having to go through everything and then unfortunately find animals like him in the situation they were in. He's the majority of his life been kept in horrible, deplorable conditions. Through hard work, not only from myself but my team in the field, we're able to rescue him and the other animals in the home. And I just learned today the other ones that were here have all gone to new homes. Hopefully they either stay in Hillsborough County or they spread throughout the state with new rescues and everything else. And just be able to give him the quality of life that he hadn't had in the very beginning of his life, and hopefully the last part of his life he understands that it's not all bad.
Going to a new home. Say bye-bye, shelter.
This is a great team that we have at Animal Control, and like I said earlier, we are voices for animals, and we speak very loudly.
Good morning.